Hi, I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa, and one of the things I get asked all the time is how do I make skin tones, and especially how do I make skin tones from primary colors? That's a really big question because any set of primaries will make skin tones, and sometimes there are unexpected colors that will do that as well. So today we're going to focus on the colors we looked at earlier this week: Cad yellow, cadmium red medium, and phthalo blue. And I'm going to show you an entire diverse range of skin tones that you can make with just those three colors and a little black and white paint. Let's jump right on in to this project. Now I have a couple of tools here. These are artist knives. You can tell that by the depth of the bend in the handle. And I'm going to mix orange first to the side. I'm going to need a lot of orange, interestingly enough, when I am making skin tones. And I may have to put out more color as I go. When you do skin tones, some things to think about. One thing is that skin tone is not uniform. The colors that we have across our face even can be very varied. So we're not trying to create a completely airbrush look on anyone that we're painting in a portrait. There's a lot of variance, and there's definitely a lot of undercolor. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to make some brown. We'll get some blue over to the red and make some brown. These are important colors when you're making skin tones because shadows, different people have different skin ranges, and being able to deepen and effectively create those shadows and those spaces will be super important. So I like to start with those. I'm going to take my brush and we're going to begin just working out some basic different little skin variants. So if I take my red right here and my white, that's fairly dark for skin tone, but you might have that in an area where somebody was cold or out in snow. If they had a very fair skin aspect, I'm going to continue to add a lot more white to that mix. And you can see I have a very pink. This is really pink, and it's rare that all of our skin is that pink, but in some places it can be. I'm going to take a little bit of yellow into that, sort of salmon, and as soon as I incorporate yellow, it will help it be more natural in its aspect. If you get your brown in here, it will start to neutralize the skin tone and create some cooler variants that you might like. And again, we're starting out with light colors. Whenever you're mixing, you want to sit there and add more red, add more yellow, add more blue. And you can see already it's starting to look like the counter, makeup counter, and it does go fairly fast. Let's get some orange in here. You can see that's kind of a warmer, richer area. I'm going to get a little more yellow and some of my brown that I made earlier. Depending on your natural skin tone, you might have more orange in your skin tone. You might have more deep bases in your skin tone. And this combo of colors can actually do a lot more than sometimes we think of when we're making skin tones. I'm adding some red and then coming in and adding some orange to my brown. You can see it a very nice dark skin tone. If I add white to that, right, I get a creamier kind of deep skin tone. You've got to be careful adding white to darker skin tones when you're doing stuff to lighten it. You only want to do that where you know you've got a highlight, because otherwise the skin can appear less vibrant and rich as you would want. I'm adding some yellow and orange into this. I want to go much more orange. sometimes it's easier to paint our own skin tone, and that is really just because we're familiar, right? We put on our makeup, we look at our own face every day, and we may not be staring at strangers really, really hard with our eyes in line trying to observe their skin tones, because that can come across as a little bit weird, can't it? You know, if you see somebody with some beautiful skin ranges in front of you and you want to stare at them and wonder, does this have an underbase of blue? Is there more rose in this? Like, how would I express this skin tone? Unless they're a baby, people do not appreciate that kind of deep observation, but it is what we have to do as artists. I'm going to add a little more yellow to this. So in skin tones, what we're really kind of working with is peaches and into nuts and rusts and browns across a range of golds, right? If you want to have a shadow, often it's easier to get into like something like a blue. That could be a shadow under a jaw. You know, even coming here, if I want to create a deeper value here, I would just go deeper into my blue. And even this dark value on the right skin tone can absolutely have a place. Another one of the ranges that we don't want to forget is red and black working together, which makes a whole nother rich variety of skin tones. So I can go into my yellow. And I'm going to say that through this, by the time we're done with this, we will have add white to that. See where you get. So those are similar, but slightly different. Come in here and add a little bit of sort of gray shadow. Sometimes it's hard to get into the rosies that you might see around the ears or nose or skin areas that are a bit more exposed to cools. You want to sit there and pull that into more of a normal range. You're going to add some yellow to it. Keep adding yellow to it. I would suggest that you take any of the primaries that you have, especially if you have like a set palette, right? Because sometimes we don't always have that little brown into that, and see where that goes. Because I think that's going to make something beautiful right there. And it did. My crayon box has certainly become very diverse and international, right? And that's something that is super, super easy to do. But again, when you're painting people who have different skin tones than you, remember to observe, right? When we don't observe as artists, very tough to be respectful of our subjects. And it's important that we are respectful of our subjects. Let me get a little blue into that. One of the reasons I like Phthalo blue, Cad yellow, and Cad red as a skin tone base is that they don't go green. And that's what you really, really want to avoid as much as you can in your skin tones, is to avoid green. Right? So if I get my yellow into that mix, because it started with a base of black, it gets a little green, and I don't want to do that. I never, ever, ever want to pull myself into that space. If I take my orange over here and a little of my black, some really great stuff is going to happen. I get asked all the time how to mix different people's skin tones. And the best thing that you can do sit down and create a practice page just like this one. Keep adding more yellow. Going to take us some really cool places. And, try to think, have I seen that out there? Now, at this point, I'm going to come and pull some white into that because I'm going to want some highlights in those. Pretty much paint anybody's face here. Add more white. So things to avoid in your skin tone is a lot of blue and yellow in the mix because it'll push it green, or a lot of yellow and black in the mix because it'll push it green. If you're doing darker skin tones, I like to lighten. So if I have a very dark skin tone, like this skin tone right here, I prefer to lighten, like orange would be a great way to lighten that skin tone. Before I ever get into any white to lighten it, I can lighten it a great deal with my orange and my yellow. So I can create a whole cascade of colors across before getting into any white. And then when I do start to pull some white into it, those highlights will feel a little more authentic. Now, in very, very dark skin tones, and I'm going to pull my black right here, very, 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 very dark skin tones, right? Remember that there is an undertone, often in a blue range. Interestingly enough, this goes a different direction, right? So we're very, very dark there. And in that particular case, you will use a little of your white sometimes in there to create highlights in bright sun. Because what will happen is the bright sun will reveal some of that. But also sometimes dark, dark, dark skin tones have a red undertone. I'm going to take my black and my dark skin tone and even a little more red. The very dark skin value, but it has a red. And when there's a red in that dark skin value, then I'm going to want to pull into those oranges before getting into my whites, which I would probably only utilize in bright sunlight or unusual nighttime lighting conditions. Like, obviously there are rules that will change that, where you have somebody perhaps under a neon light. I feel like that's a pretty full and diverse color box just from those 3 primaries, every set of primaries. And we will go into this in the future. Some very surprising color combinations make exciting and great skin tones. Don't feel afraid to try things. You don't have to post everything on the internet and get the whole world's opinion on your art. You can also sometimes keep things in a sketchbook where you practice and try things out. So if you're trying something you're not familiar with and you're not sure if it's going to work, and I tell this to my students all the time, don't not try, but maybe not everything needs to be on Twitter or Instagram where the whole world can weigh in and you can end up, in an unusual or uncomfortable situation where your intentions are great, but the internet is going crazy. I think as people and as artists, we should paint everything that we see around us, and we should embrace each other, especially on the palette and on the paper, and definitely in our hearts. I think that's so important. And try to see each other. So be careful when you're staring in a grocery line, because that can get awkward. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. And I want to see you at an easel really soon. Bye-bye.